Good afternoon, Bobcats, and welcome to the final episode of BBTV for 2016. Today is Thursday, December 22nd, 2016. My name is Laura, bringing you the news that Bobcats care about. On today's episode, we will continue counting down the 5 biggest news stories in part 2 of our annual BBTV End of the Year recap. For today's show, you'll be finding the top 5 of 2016 in movies, sports, entertainment, national news, who's having the best year, Omaha stories, and the biggest memes of the year. Enjoy!
Beginning our list of the top entertainment stories of 2016 is Taylor Swift. When Forbes revealed its annual list of the highest paid musicians of the year, it didn't surprise many that Swift topped the list. The 1989 star made a whopping $170 million this year despite not even having a new album since October 2014. There is a speculation that she is going to come out with a new album soon since it has been over 2 years. In 4th place, we have the robbery of Kim Kardashian. On October 3rd, shocking information came out she was robbed while in Paris. According to the story, she was left in the bathroom, tied up, and had over $10 million worth of jewelry, which was stolen from her. This event led to the famous Kardashian shy away from the public eye. Our next story is the end of one of the most famous couples in Hollywood, Brangelina. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie got a divorce on September 15th after being together for 12 years and married for 2. No one really knows what caused the split, but the entertainment world was shocked. The couple has 6 children together by the names of Maddox, Zara, Xylo, Pax, Vivian, and Knox. Barely missing the top spot is Leonardo DiCaprio. 2016 finally earned him his first Oscar after a very frustrating career of being snubbed at the annual award show. In his career, he has been nominated for a total of 6 Oscars for the roles in The Titanic, The Great Gatsby, and The Wolf on Wall Street. This year, he finally earned the coveted award for the Best Actor for his outstanding performances in The Revenant. In the number 1 spot for the biggest story in celebrity news is the death of musical legend Prince. Prince was well known for being a singer-songwriter. At the age of 18, he signed a contract with the Warner Bros. And released his debut album For You in 1978. The 1978 album went platinum, and his next 3 records continued his success. The artist died April 21st from an accidental overdose of fentanyl. He was 57 years old.
List of who's had the best year is actor Leonardo DiCaprio. After years of frustration for not winning an Oscar, on February 28th, he finally earned the coveted award in his work, The Revenant. He had been nominated 5 times before, 4 for acting and 1 time as a producer, but this was the first time he has actually taken home the award. Next up in 4th place is singer-songwriter Taylor Swift. During the year, she officially became the highest paid singer, ranking in with $170 million. What makes this even more impressive is that she didn't even come out with a new album. Next in 3rd place is gymnast Simone Biles. She led the Olympic gymnastics team to a gold medal in 2016 Summer Olympics. She was a member of the Final 5 and was awarded the all-around vault and floor gold medals. These awards are just a few reasons why she has been called the Michael Jordan of gymnastics. This was all done while only being 17 years old. 21 Pilots just missed our top spot for celebrities who have had the best year. In 2016, this band exploded with a ton of music on the top 10 charts, including Ride, Stressed Out, and Heathens. They were also nominated for 5 Grammys and even an Oscar for their music video Heathens. This year also had them as musical guests on famous Saturday Night Live. Coming in 1st place for the person who has had the best year was celebrity turned into politician Donald Trump. This year, Trump won the presidential election going up against Hillary Clinton, officially making him one of the most powerful people in America. On the top of this political victory, he was also named Time Magazine's Person of the Year.
Beginning our list for the biggest movies of the year is Independence Day: Resurgence. In this sequel, the aliens are back for revenge after they lost last time in the blockbuster back in 1996. Too many fans were disappointed that Will Smith was not back in this movie, but it did star Liam Hemsworth. and brought back Jeff Goldblum and Bill Pullman. Moving into fourth place, we have Zootopia, which was popular with children, teens, and adults. In this Disney animated film, we see Judy Hopps becoming the first bunny police officer in the city of Zootopia. With the help of a fox named Nick, she goes on several adventures to solve the biggest crimes in the city. Falling in the middle of the list, the latest Captain America film, Captain America Civil War, starring Chris Evans and Robert Downey. This film is all about the disagreement between Captain America and Iron Man of whether or not the government should control the Avengers. A fight between the group has started, and the superheroes must choose a side. Missing the top spot in second, we have Finding Dory. This much anticipated sequel to the 2003 hit Finding Nemo has been talked about for years. In this film, it's Dory that must be saved after she gets lost trying to find her parents. The movie Finding Dory was the biggest hit in the entire history of Pixar, earning a record of $415 million. Topping our list as the biggest movie of the year is the mega hit movie Suicide Squad, starring Will Smith and Jared Leto. In this anti-hero movie, the government decides to assemble a squad of supervillains and forces them to fight for good. Suicide Squad made over $130 million in the first week of its release. Overall, it made $43 million.
Beginning our list of the biggest national and world news stories is all about the Zika virus. This mosquito-spread disease is not deadly but does cause many birth defects for women who are pregnant when contracting the virus. This swept the U.S. and South America over the summer and has affected over 4,600 people in the U.S. alone. The first reported Zika illness was reported in Brazil. Moving into fourth place for the biggest stories is the famous gorilla named Harambe. After a 4-year-old kid fell into his enclosure at the Cincinnati Zoo, Harambe was shot and killed as a preventative measure. Animal activists around the world were furious with the zoo's action, while others thought it was only a logical step to keep the boy safe. After Harambe's death, the internet blew up with debates and even featuring the gorilla. Our third place for national and world news takes us to the continent of Europe. When the country of Britain decided to leave the European Union, the term Brexit became a very common word, standing for British exit. This event took place on June 23, 2016, after British citizens voted to leave the political group. Just missing our top spot is the Flint, Michigan water crisis. In April, it was reported that water coming from the Flint River was contaminated with high amounts of lead. This caused the city's main water source to be undrinkable. To this day, water is still unsafe, causing citizens to be required to get daily rations of bottled water. Our BBTV biggest pick of 2016 national and world news is the presidential victory of Donald Trump. Love or hate him, he will become our commander-in-chief come January. Part of what makes the story so huge was how little of a chance people thought he had of winning after going head-to-head with Democrat nominee Hillary Clinton.
Of the biggest stories of sports, we have the Warriors 2015 to 2016 season. In the 70th season of the Warriors franchise, they started off the season with an incredible 24-0 start. They finished out the season with a record of 73-9, breaking the record of 72-10 set by the 1995 to 1996 Bulls led by Michael Jordan. The Warriors lost in the 7th game of the NBA Finals to the Cleveland Cavaliers, bringing the record-breaking season to a halt. In our number 4 spot, we have the retirement of quarterback legend Peyton Manning on March 7, 2016. Peyton Manning was in the league for 18 seasons and has 2 Super Bowl rings, one with the Indianapolis Colts and another with the Denver Broncos. Peyton Manning also holds the record for most career touchdowns. In spot 3, we have the tragic death of Nebraska punter Sam Foltz. Sam Foltz wore number 27 for the Nebraska Cornhuskers and lost his life in a tragic car crash while attending a punting camp in Wisconsin. The morning sports world came together to honor his life with the hashtag SF27 circling social media. Also in the car with him was Michigan State punter Mike Sadler, who also lost his life. Just missing the top spot is the death of boxing legend Muhammad Ali. Ali was born on January 17, 1942, and passed away on June 3rd at the age of 76. Known as one of the most notorious boxers of all time, with a career that included 56 wins, 37 KOs, 3 heavyweight championships, 2 National Golden Glove titles, and 2 AAU crowns. Outside of boxing, he was known as an activist, a trainer, and a humanitarian. With no surprise, the Cubs winning the World Series falls in our #1 spot for the biggest sports story of the year. The last time happened was all the way back in 1908. That's not even it. The Cubs haven't even been to the series since 1945. It took the Cubs 7 games and an extra inning for the Cubs to defeat the Cleveland Indians with the final score of 8-7.
Coming in with those high-end dank memes. At number 5, we have Pepe. He is a frog used to represent your soul as he portrays different emotions that are #relatable. Pepe was created in a children's comic series by Matt Fury called Boys Club, and quickly spread across MySpace and internet fame. At number 4, we have another frog meme, as they totally dominated the internet this year. That Boy, a unicycle riding frog, originated from a high school physics textbook, which got their still frame from an animation company's GIF. He has, since then, with his brothers, Kermit and Pepe, stolen the hearts of the internet and swept us off our feet. Number 3 goes to one of our many honorable controversial memes, which we have tons of, obviously. Celebrated by all, the actual serious topic has been twisted into possibly one of the most offensive memes of the year. Triggered is a phrase that you're probably familiar with. The meme, made from it, was generally created by meme lord Francis of the Filth or Filthy Frank on YouTube. Our number 2 spot goes to the Bee Movie, the well-known animated movie about a human falling in love with a bee, named Barry. Yes, I know, what the heck. The internet has really taken a liking to the opening lines. According to all known laws of aviation, there's no way the bee should be able to fly. And the fact that the movie and Barry Bee make it a really relatable and black and yellow universe. Our number 1 spot goes to all of 2016's, drumroll please, thank you, dank SpongeBob memes. Primitive SpongeBob, shook Mr. Krabs, either way, you know they've always made you laugh. We know the origin of these, as we've all seen SpongeBob. If you haven't,
jumping into our number 5 spot for the biggest stories coming out of Omaha and Nebraska is Conagra Foods moving out of our city. The $600 billion company has maintained residency in Omaha since 1990. This past year, the company announced that it would be moving their headquarters to Chicago, cutting many of the jobs of Omaha residents. Moving into the 4th spot is the reversal of the death penalty bill. In November, when the people of Nebraska went to the polls to vote for the President of the United States, they also had to vote on a very important local issue. On the ballot was whether or not Nebraska would reinstate the death penalty bill. With huge support from voters, it passed and now is back on the table in our state. At number 3 is a big update to the Henry Dory Zoo. On March 11th, 6 new elephants arrived to become a key attraction in the recently opened African grassland exhibit. This is the first time we've had elephants in years. Also, a part of the zoo upgrades is a massive splash park located near the petting zoo. Just missing the top spot is the tragic death of Husker punter Sam Foltz. Foltz lost his life too early on July 23rd in a car accident while attending a punting camp in Wisconsin. There were many teams who showed tribute to Sam Foltz and the Michigan State punter, Mike Sadler, who also died in the crash. Topping off our list of the biggest stories coming out of Omaha is the big news of M's Pub burning down on January 9th. M's Pub was located in the old market of downtown Omaha. This famous place went up in flames due to an underground gas leak. Many people remember the famous image of the burnt-down building covered in icicles and ashes after firefighters worked for hours in one of the coldest days of the year to put out the roaring flames.
We hope you enjoyed our BBTV end of the year recap. If you missed part 1, you can find a link to it on our official Twitter page @BuffettBBTV. Signing off, this has been Laura. Have a fantastic winter break, Bobcats.